go. All right. All right, welcome everybody. We're going to start with our theme song here. Show is nice. And good to be back. Yesterday I thought I could have been dead today, so I used up all I had on yesterday. Today I got to thinking I may not live to see another day, so I spent all of my money on today. Tomorrow if I'm still here, oh, what a sorry fellow I'll be if I'll have nothing left to spend on me. Hey! Somehow I'm still alive. God keeps throwing days my way. In spite of all my living for today, oh, for today, yeah. Somehow I stayed alive through all the crazy shit I've seen, and it sure is nice to see you all again, yeah. Hey! All right, cool. We're off to a start. We always play that one to get the ball rolling. Picked out some tunes to play today. I got Whip-or-Will. Anyway, it's a song by our friend Josh Rosberg, a friend of ours who passed a couple years ago now. Man, time flies, huh? But I was just going through some old things. I had an old notebook out here that I was kind of looking through from when I started the show, and I got this notebook goes back to when my sister and I used to do gigs together, duo gigs. So it's got all kinds of old stuff in here. Some of my friend another friend that passed years ago, Big Mike. I got a few of his tunes in here, so maybe we'll hit on some of those too. And if there's anything you want to hear, let me know. But I haven't. Hold on a second. I kind of didn't set this all up yet. I went live, but I didn't. Oh, look, I can see the chat now. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn off the sound though. Here we go. I gotta shake off the cobwebs here. Let's see here. Pop out the chat. Oh, and make sure it says live chat, not top chat. So let me get a couple of these technical things done on my end. I brought the mouse over here. And you guys got mice in your house? We saw our first mouse upstairs. First mouse of the winter season. They usually don't bother us in the summer, but they do start to come in. Noel says sounds good. Okay, I can see your things now, but I got to make them smaller here. There we go. All right. Oh, this one too I'm going to have to make smaller. And then I can move it around, put it where I want. Yeah, I know you guys don't really see what I'm seeing, but what I'm doing is moving the OBS thing out of the way. OBS. And then I'm putting your chat over here so I can see you, Laura. Laura's in the chat. We got Carol Dean. That's Donnell. That's our friend Donnell. Awesome. Donnell, I got your artwork still up here. I don't know if you can see in the corner of the screen. It's back there. All right, two more things that are bothering me. I got to shut the sound off on the computer, which is something I forget to do a lot. Plus, it's about 30 seconds delay too. Okay. That's all set. Once we're settled in, we're going to be nice and settled in. And we'll... All right. Son of a... Not all right. Hold on. Okay, there we go. What is still not comfortable? Oh, I see. This is all wrapped around. Okay, that's comfortable. And that feels nice. Okay. Yeah, the room looks good, Noelle says. Yeah, I like to try to set it up. I take a minute to do the lighting and we got our old, I always forget the name of that instrument. That was donated by our friend Mary. That used to be my friend Paul's instrument. All right. So what I'm going to try for the mic, we also got, what is that, a ladybug flying around? We'll let her fly. We'll let her fly. So yeah, the mice. I got the bucket traps. I'm gonna try, and then then maybe we'll toss them out in the yard. Or we'll see how we'll see what ends up happening to the mice. But but we got a bigger problem. We got we might not have any. The mice might be the least of it because like I had a trap set on their little mice highway where they go around. I know Laura's not gonna want to hear about mouse traps, but that I don't want them living here. So we put the mouse traps up on the every basement has the little mouse highway where they can go around the top level or where every house has a little area usually. But anyway, I had the trap set there and it got moved. I saw it fell, but there was no mouse in it. And I said, "Oh, what happened here?" And I look a little farther down the path, and there's a big snakeskin hanging on the corner of our basement wall. So yeah, we got a mouse trap down here, all right. But I'm gonna have to get a hawk or something. I don't know. What do you do for that? Well, borrow someone's cat. Anyway, we're down here with the wildlife, and this part of the basement looks nice. No, the other part looks nice too. It's just just watch your feet. All right, where are we going? We want to do Whippoorwill? I was just talking about that one. Our friend Josh sung. And then we did the Chili Fest yesterday. Noelle and I had a gig at the chili party where it's our friend Anthony throws a party and he invites all the friends. And everybody makes their own chili. And Noelle was a judge. They have like a panel of judges. He takes it real serious. And sorry, I'm checking in on the chat, and Laura says the snakes only eat like one mouse a month. We definitely got more than that. We're going to need more snakes down here. All right. So yeah, we did the Chili Fest yesterday, and Noelle was one of the judges. She's a tough judge. Most of the judges are like, "Oh, so did everyone have a lot of 5s and 4s?" She's like, "What?" He's like, "Nobody put any 1s, did they?" She's like, "Huh? Like half mine are 1s." She's a tough critic, especially with the food. We need owls down here, Laura says. Maybe the sound of them. You know what? I found there's YouTube channels with you can just play the sound of a hawk or a sound, sounds that mice hate and predator sounds kind of thing, And I could put that through the speakers and play it down here. Maybe that'll repel them. I don't know. It depends how cold it is, I think. I think if it gets cold enough, they'll say, "I'll take my chances with the hawk in the warm basement." All right. Let's play some music. Whippoorwill. We're going to start with that. If I have the second page for it. Let's see. Yeah. Right here, see? My memory. All right. So this is in the key of E if you're playing along at home. I know some people like to play along at home sometimes. Let's take a little sippy. Alrighty. Alright. Whippoorwill by Josh Rosberg. Everybody's got a hold of their machines. They've got them in their hands, cooking up the master plans, and get on out, live their lives like magazines and never take a stand. Purchase things that they don't need. I don't live that way. You don't either. Let's be friends and we can seize the day. Make a little getaway and run into the hills. Light a fire with the magazines and dance around the flames, like we are from an ancient scene on a tapestry from a long lost century, hung on a wall in the palace of the queen in summertime. If you're inclined, if you're lonely and feel like I do, come rest your bones with me. Visit the still, sit and listen to the whippoorwill, singing a sweet sad song. I won't lie to you, all my lying days are done now. Only tell the truth, even if the truth is a loaded gun. Baby, truth be told, I know you're only in my mind an incarnation of the queen of summertime. When the summer ends and the leaves all start to change, we'll start the process, the hearts are rearranged. When the cold reminds, if you're inclined, if you're lonely and feel like I do, come rest your bones with me. Visit the still, sit and listen to the whippoorwill, singing a sweet sad song. If you're lonely and feel like I do, come rest your bones with me. Visit the still, sit and listen to the whippoorwill, singing that sweet sad song. Let's do it again. If you're lonely and feel like I do, come rest your bones with me. Visit the still, sit and listen to the whippoorwill, singing a sweet sad song. If you're lonely and feel like I do, come rest your bones with me. Yeah, Josh, good tune, man. Right on. All right. I love that one. I like keeping. I feel like I'm keeping the person alive a little bit when I play their old tunes. You know. All right. Yeah, Josh had some great songs, huh? So let's see. I had my Chili Fest song list up here, but let's go. Let's look at. I had a long list of solo tunes that I wanted to do, and we didn't get to nearly that many of them last time. So let's play some Tree of Life while we're at it. Laura Deeds wants to hear Tree of Life. We'll do that. That's a song by our friend Big Mike Pellerin. I got the old book out here too, so I could play. Maybe I could do a few of his other. Let's do one that's not Tree of Life. I do because the thing is Tree of Life I have memorized. So when I think of a Big Mike tune, I usually go to that one. But since I have the book right here, because after Mike died, I wrote down all his. I listened to the tape of him singing. I wrote down all the lyrics and and they're easy enough tunes, but if you haven't played them in a year, I'll forget to change. I write down the lyrics and I'm like, oh, those are easy changes. You'll remember that, but you don't remember it. I should always write down the chords. It takes me a second to remember what the hell it was when I just have the lyrics sometimes. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out right here. I might need my glasses. Here they are on the ground. All right, so we're going to do a song called So Did I by Big Mike. Also called Rock and Roll Heaven. Speaking of Rock and Roll Heaven, Ace Frehley, man, huh? My brother was a big Kiss fan when he was a little kid. Everybody dressed up like Kiss when they were a kid. I told a story once about my friend Colby, who we were just starting college, and it was the summer before we were going into college. And hey there, Don, good to see you. I was just mentioning Ace Frehley there from Kiss, and it was the year the movie The Crow came out, and we were going to the Peach Festival, this town festival, small town fair thing that was going on. They had face painters and whatever, they selling crafts and food vendors and things. And so my buddy Colby, it was mostly kids getting their face painted, but he's like, no, I'm gonna go get my face painted too. And he asked them to paint his face like The Crow. That movie The Crow was very popular that year, and with what's his name, Brendan Lee. Is it? I might be wrong on that. Brendan or Brandon Lee maybe. Anyway, he died during the making of the movie. It was Bruce Lee's son, I think. I could be wrong on all that. But anyway, he's getting his face painted like The Crow, who had like a white face with certain markings on it. And so they did the best that they could. But that night we went to the Tom Petty concert on acid, and he was walking around the crowd with his crow face on, and everybody kept looking at him like, Kiss! Yeah! Kiss, man! They actually thought he looked like Peter Criss from the drummer for Kiss. And he's like, no, I'm the Crow. But so that's a Kiss face paint story there. Kind of. All right. So Did I. We're going to do this one. But I'm the Crow. I'm not Kiss. I'm the Crow. All right. So this one's called So Did I. We also call it Rock and Roll Heaven. That's what you'll see. It's kind of a cool song, a little tribute to a bunch of different rock stars throughout the years, Now, see if I can remember the chords. Ordering the chords. I got my gavel. There it is. Okay, let's make this shit official here and ordering the chords. All right, meeting commenced. Our AA meeting here. Acoustics Anonymous. All right, let's figure this out. All right, so most of it I remember is E minor, G, D, E minor. And then the chorus I think goes back and forth from A to D. If I remember. If I remember correctly. If my memory serves me. All right, here we go. One second, let me just make a couple adjustments in my ears, and then we're gonna hit it. Okay, now we're ready. Everybody ready? Happened long ago, still to reach is futile time. Music touched my spirit, freed my soul and cleared my mind. Never turning back again, these dimensions intertwine. Things are really happening, my spirit's soaring high. Now these days get shorter for everyone involved. Pick up all the pieces and see how we have evolved. Try to answer questions, the story's unreal. Let's make one up here. If you ask me about Gordon Lightfoot, he's still blowing in the wind. You ask me about old Ozzy, yeah, he's coming back again. If you ask me about Nick Freely, yeah, he never should have died. I remember on the day he did, my brother did cry, yeah, he did cry. He did cry, and so did I. Yeah, we can make like make about at least 4 or 5 more verses to this one. All right, here we go with the chorus. Ready? Rock and roll heaven is where I wanna go. All my favorite rock stars play a never-ending show. If your heart is true, we all go there when we die. We will all go there together. Join our hands and learn to fly, learn to fly, learn to fly. And so did I. Yeah. Right on. Yeah, Biggie. Good tune, man. You want to hear? You want to do another Biggie tune? He had some dark tunes too. Let's see. This one was cool. right, cool. So this one's F sharp minor, B to A, most of the tune. And then when the chorus comes around, he's going to go 40 days and 40 more nights. The guy's going to do whatever he likes. So E, D, A on the choruses. A song called 40 Days and 40 More Nights. Yeah. All right. Okay. Cool tune. That's a good one. So let's see. Maybe we'll stay out of the computer today and look through this old book I got because I'm already seeing some kind of cool tunes here. That we can get to. Like this next one here. Let's do a little Tom Petty. I don't think I need my... I prefer not to wear the glasses, but sometimes I need them. we started watching this show. Has anybody seen? Let me know if anybody's seen Monster on Netflix. It's like based on Ed Gein, I think they pronounce it. Who is he was called the Butcher of somewhere in Wisconsin, and it was from the 40s. He did his killings in 1947, and it's around there. He confessed to 2. He may have killed his brother early in life, and he also murdered a bartender woman and a woman that worked at the hardware store. Oh, and did I mention he filleted them and weared their skin? Yeah, there's that part too. And he had a girlfriend. So, fellas, there's still a chance. There's always a chance. Ed Gein got a lady to fall for him. So, although I did look into the story a little bit, and that part of it, the girlfriend part, they took some liberties there. That was a little exaggerated. He did have a friend for a little while, but this girl is like, she'll put up with anything. I mean, he had his dead mother sitting in a chair. It wasn't even her. It was her like a skeleton. He had like a skull of the woman that was buried next to his mother that he exhumed out of the at night out of the graveyard. And he had her sitting in the chair upstairs, and he was introducing the girlfriend to his mother, who was like a skeleton in a chair. And she got over that. Not a recommendation, just commentary. Don't blame me if you watch it. And there's also this whole Alfred Hitchcock angle to the whole thing, because it is a gory movie, so it's a little bit. It's like a little bit. I don't know, like self-reflective or meta, maybe, because it's kind of it's a gory movie, and then they have this part of it where Alfred Hitchcock is, casting the person to play Psycho. And Psycho, the character in Psycho, Norman Bates, was based on this guy, loosely based on this guy, Ed Gein. So, kind of interesting. And then it gets into like the psychology of why Alfred Hitchcock was even making those movies, and then a little bit about the psychology of like horror movies in general, and horror, probably something to do with like, art imitating life or life imitating art, or something stupid like that, So, yeah, I don't know. Part of it gets a little artsy and weird, like they jump back and forth with time a lot. It's good. I consider it good if I'm like end up thinking about it a lot the next day. And I have been. I've been looking up this Ed Gein's character, and I mean, he may have killed his brother when he was a kid. He murdered he definitely murdered the woman in the bar and the hardware store woman, for sure, for real. And he definitely wore their skin and had he had 9 vulvas in a box at his. Anyway, this guy was a real jerk. I'm trying to figure out whether to go chunk. Sorry about that. I'm kind of stopping and starting the tune here. I started with a different feel, and then I was like, should I leave it? I should have just left it and kept going. So we'll have to fix that in post. All right, let's play it however it comes out. When the time gets right, I'm gonna pick you up and take you far away from the trouble, my love, under the big old sky, out in the field of green. Yeah, there gotta be something left for us to believe. Oh, I will wait today. Good fortune comes our way, and we'll ride down the King's Highway. No, you can't hide out in a six-gun town. We wanna hold our heads up, but we gotta stand down. And I don't wanna end up in a room all alone. Don't wanna end up something that I don't even know. I will wait today. Good fortune comes our way, and we'll ride down the King's Highway. Oh, I will wait today. Good fortune comes our way, and we'll ride down the King's Highway. All right. Is that drum too loud, or is that all right out there? I think it's all right. Sometimes it's hard to tell where they are. The mix. Sometimes it sounds a certain way in here, and then I listen back. And I say, "Oh, the vocals are too loud, or the guitar, or something." Mary will usually say if it's you know, if it's too bad. All right, let's continue to cruise through this old book, because I haven't looked through this notebook in a long time, and there's lots of different stuff in here. Let's see. Mama Tried. Yeah. The Wreck of the Old 97. It's a disaster song. It's a tragedy song. A tragedy song. You want to hear that one? Let's do it as a ballad. It is a ballad. It is a true ballad. A true ballad is a song that tells a story. A lot of people think a ballad is a slow song, which was true in the 80s. A lot of times they would call it the rock ballad, you know. But a ballad is a song that tells a tale. You know, I guess every rose has its thorn is telling a story in a certain way, you know, a little bit of a story there. I guess it's technically a ballad. But a real ballad tells a story. You like fast songs that tell a story. All right, we'll get to the point. So to make a long song short, this one's called The Wreck of the Old 97. It's about I guess the woman was this last verse kind of ties it together about, I guess they had an argument, the woman and the husband, and then he went off to work, and he was a engineer, not the kind that drives the train, not the guy that designs the train and the track. So they gave him his orders. All right, so he's got his ride that he's got to do, and he's going to be late, and he doesn't want to be late, so he puts on so much coal that the thing is just going. How fast is he going? 90 miles an hour. And anyway, he was found dead, with his hand was still on the throttle, trying to go faster. and he was scalded to death by the steam and probably died in a wreck too. It was a big wreck. All right, anyway, let's do the song. What key is this in? Doesn't say anywhere. What do you think? I don't know. Glasses will help with these words here. These are my Home Depot glasses. Oh, you want to do all the sevens? All right, we'll do 97, and then we'll do old number 7. 6, 7?
Really gave him his orders in Monroe, Virginia, saying, Steve, we're way behind time. This is 938, this is old 97, gonna put her into Spencer on time. Well, he turned it and said to his brother, grease the fireman, a shovel on a little more coal. And when we cross the wide open mountains, gonna watch old 97 on roll. Then a telegram came to Washington Station, and this is how it read. It said that brave engineer that has run old 97, he is lying there in Danville dead. Said he was going down the grade and doing 90 miles an hour when his whistle broke into a scream.
That's his whistle.
With his hand, he was going down the grade and doing 90 miles an hour when his whistle broke into a stream. Woo! He was found in the wreck with his hand on the throttle, scalded to death by the steam. So now all you pretty ladies better take a warning from this time on and learn. Never speak harsh words to a good loving husband. He may leave you and never return.
Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. The wreck of the old 97. Yeah, that person that runs the soundboard. Yeah, that would be me. Let's see. Yeah, it's a good ballad, right? What else were we saying? Oh, old number 7? What's that? The old number 7 is a song by, I was going to say Three Dog Night. No, it's Devil Makes Three. I knew there was a 3 in there. I was like, it's either Three Doors Down, Three Dog Night, or Devil Makes Three. That's it. What other band had 3 in them? Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Rush. Rush is going back out on tour. I heard that drummer. She's great. That's gonna be a good tour. Gonna be an expensive tour. I started looking it up. I would love to take River to see Rush, but that's probably not going to be able to happen. They're playing in Madison Square Garden. That's as close as they're coming to Massachusetts. And then they're doing Texas, Toronto. They got a few. Of course, they have a few big Canadian dates. But it wasn't that many shows. I think maybe even Australia was part of it. But it wasn't. It was like, it's not a huge tour. So it's going to be expensive. Oh, Mary, I finally get your joke. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. There's 3. Yeah, so 3 engineers. The kind that drive the train, the kind that design the train, and the guy who runs the soundboard at the back of the train. Yeah. I'm with you now. Oh, look, there's old number 7. This one I think I have memorized anyway, but yeah, let's do it. We're talking about it. Let's do it. What do I need? Nothing.
Till I found out that my brand new clothes I came secondhand from a rich kid next door. Well, I grew up fast, I guess I grew up mean. 1,000 things inside my head I wish I ain't seen. And now I just walk through a real man dream. I feel like I'm coming up hard at the seam. Oh, thank you, Jack Daniels, door number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven, and angels start to look good to me. They gon' have to deport me to the fire and deep. Thank you, Jack Daniels, oh, number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven, and up here the bottle never runs dry. I'll never wake up with those tears in your eyes, yeah. Oh, number 7, you got me drinking in heaven, and oh, number 7, yeah. Well, I'm sitting as the bar stool starts to run rules, running like an old worn out pair of shoes. Tell me, what is it that I should do when I'm sitting in the liquor only halfway through? Well, I'm watching as his wings spread as wide as can be. I come down here and wrap them around me, 'cause all I wanna do now is fall asleep. I come down here laying next to me. I said, thank you, Jack Daniels, oh, number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven. Up here the bottle never runs dry, and you never wake up with those tears in your eyes. Thank you, Jack Daniels, oh, number 7. Tennessee whiskey got me drinking in heaven, and no, I can't stay here too long. I can't go a week without doing wrong. Oh, number 7, yeah, without doing wrong. Yeah, yeah. Oh, number 7, you got me drinking in heaven, rock and roll heaven. Yeah.
Old number 7. All right. Hey, you know what I want to do? Let's this will be something different. We'll just do this for a couple of minutes. I'm going to pull up a backing track here and just run through a bluegrass tune I've been working on. Blackberry, but now should I try to do it at 90 or 80 BPM? All right, I'm gonna do it at 80. Make sure I play it all right. I know I can play it at 80. Although, hold on, let me grab my usual pick that I play this with. Who's that checking in? Drums a little loud? Oh, thank you for saying that. Because you know what happens in my headphones, it sounds all right, and then I listen back and I'm like, damn, I wish drums all right in the speaker, it might be a little loud. And I'll take it down just to hear. And hey, I appreciate you wearing the headphones. Because if you're just listening on the phone, I can't take you seriously when you give it sound advice, you know. Because you can't hear the bass at all if you just listen on the phone. I want it to sound good for the headphone listeners and the speaker listeners too. And it can be tricky to get the drum to the just the right spot. Because once it's too loud, it's too loud, and it kind of ruins it. Okay, let's see. So we got to connect the Bluetooth to the mixing board here. It probably already jumped on. Let's see. Let's see, what's the name of this thing? Here it is, Model 24 connected. Okay, cool. So now it should be on this channel here. I should be able to turn this up. And let's play along. Let's do a little bluegrass tune. This one's called Blackberry Blossom. So I just started practicing this one 2 years ago. I'm finally starting to get it. Seriously. The bluegrass players are awesome. I used to not play with a pick. I learned how to play with a pick. I've been learning to play with a pick over the last few years. So, trying to learn in my old age. So let's try this one together. This is what I like to do. So we play in jazz they call it the head. In bluegrass they call it what do they call it? The melody? They just call it a tune. And then they say take a break, which means take a solo. And the form on these songs is AABB. So they play the melody, then they repeat it, then there's a B section, and they play that also twice, and then they go back to the top, and that's when they'll trade to another player, or maybe if you take a break, you take all of the form, AABB. Most jazz tunes and a lot of other songs are AABA form, which that B section just happens once, and then they go back to the A thing. Anyway, Blackberry Blossom. Let's see how this goes, and see if the volumes match. Let me just hear part of this in here. Oh, I probably got to turn it up here, huh? No, it's up there. Not hearing it. Hang on. Okay, cool. Oh, there's the B section. Okay, cool. Let's take it from the top. So I'll play the melody, and then I'll do like a solo, and then I'll play the melody again. And maybe I'll play the chords once or two. I don't know how many times they run through it. I think it's either 3 or 4. I think it's 4. So maybe one time I'll do the changes, or maybe I'll take 2 solos. We'll see how it goes. Here we go. Oh shit. Hold on, time out. My music stand is falling over right in front of me. I got a lot of weight on here right now with this big notebook. And the phone must have been the last straw. All right. Okay, I think we're good now. Jesus. All right, let's take it from the top again. Maybe I'll put the phone over here. I don't know. Phone's not that heavy. We got a lot of weight on here now with the notebook. All right, we'll leave it at that. Let's see. I'll I'll leave the phone over here. Let's take it again. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, I never went back to the melody. Okay, let's yeah, there's changes to that one. It's that one's in the key of a G, sorry. Let's do it again at 90. And I'll play the melody on the way out too. And then we'll go do something else. Yeah, man. Blackberry Blossom, that one's called. So I'm working on it. I'm trying to get the speed up there and get some better ideas for soloing. Trying to solo, do some different things with that one. The bluegrass tunes, the whole bluegrass world is awesome. Those guys can play, man. So yeah, trying to get through that one. Nice. I can't play them with Noelle because she plays them too fast. I can't. I got to get them faster first, to be able to do them at like 120 and 130. But it's coming along. But I got to find some hoobing over and play some bluegrass jams sometime with other people that are just getting started, Mrs. Robinson. Scrolling through the old book here. We'll do a few more tunes. Let's see, I guess I've been doing mostly covers tonight. Laura says she occasionally sees Max Wareham playing around town. I'm not familiar with Max Wareham. Is that a bluegrass dude or? Laura's up in New Hampshire. Let's see. I'm not seeing anything that's. Play some Jeff King covers. Yeah, I could do some of my tunes. Maybe some of my tunes that I haven't done in a while. That's a good one. And the National Bluegrass team. Okay, I just scrolled through most of the book, and I don't think I want to do any of those songs. So let's find something else. I'll do one of my songs that I have to read. One of my songs that I don't do very often. Let's do Green and Gray. This is a song I wrote. It's like an Irish song. I wanted it to sound like an old Irish song. Where is it? Here it is. All right, let's see if I can recall this one enough. He used to tour with Peter Rowan. Peter Rowan, who wrote Midnight Moonlight and a lot of other songs. Peter Rowan. We saw Peter Rowan at the Bluegrass Festival at Grey Fox. This song's called Green and Gray.
Mom carried me home when I was born into that Irish town. The sea was blue, the grass was green, it all is grey somehow. I tarried for years until I met the one who caught my soul. We made up plans to sail the sea, in America we'll go. the summer after the war. She left her home and in 2 months arrived on Boston shore. I took a job lifting the hod for a roofer in our town. She made a house a home and we were finally off the ground. In 30 years we raised 3 boys who raised a lot of hell. Now 2 own shops and 1's a cop, and they're all doing well. But my back and bones aren't what they were, and my mind's been slipping too. But before I go for good, there's one thing I must ask of you. Bury me back in Ireland in a field of green and grey, not too far from the rocky shore where we'd set sail that day. Then all will know when the west winds blow my songs into the air, where a good man lies with his Irish eyes and his girl with the Irish hair. Green and gray. All right. Not bad. I haven't done that one in a while. Oh yeah, we do that one on St. Patty's, of course. One of our tunes. I haven't done this in a while. This one's going to be a song on the next album that's coming out after we record it. But this is going to be one of them. Save us space. Ain't gonna do it. I'll do that one for you next, Laura. Yes. Save us space inside your head for songs that raise the giving dead. Sing their songs when you get lonely to bring them back to life. Days press on and friends fall off. Lives get left while living dread, fearing fate and feeling only time will take their life. There is a man who sings his songs inside my mind. I think he's been there since the dawn of time, and he tells his stories and it passes down his line. He'll live forever in my mind. And when your songs are sung out loud, your stories rise up out the ground. Your sound passed down, living on forever in my mind. There was a woman who wrote poems to the sea. She said her artwork had to be set free, and we never heard all of the stories that she told until one day when she was old. And the times are shit. I fucked up. Let me do that again. Can I make that small enough to have it all on one page? No, you cannot. Okay, I'll have to flip it. All right, I'm gonna have to learn this one. It's my own song here. Let's take it from the top, because I'm also not sure what I'm gonna do with the drums down here.
So that was kind of messing me up. Let's take it from the top again. We'll fix it in post.
Save a space inside your head for songs there is the giving dead. Sing their songs when you get lonely to bring them back to life. Days press on and friends fall off. Lives get left while living dread. Fear and fate and feeling only time will take their life. There is this man who sings his songs inside my mind. I think he's been there since the dawn of time, and he tells his stories and he passes down his line. He'll live forever in my mind. And when your songs are sung out loud, out loud, out loud, your stories rise up out the ground. Your sound passed down, living on forever in my mind. There was this woman who wrote poems to the sea. She said her artwork had to be set free, and we never heard all of the stories that she told until one day when she was old. And then she spoke her words out loud, out loud, out loud. She put her thoughts out to the crowd. Now her sound flows through the town. There's a place inside my head. I keep all of the words you said. I say your words when I start longing for our lively life. Years roll on, more people gone. I race to write my lines in lead. Sing my songs when you get lonely to bring me back to life. There is a boy who keeps his thoughts inside himself, like art, like works of art down on a lowly shelf. But one day he'll have the strength to speak his lines, and he'll live forever in your mind.
Yeah. The Giving Dead. We'll get that one together. We're gonna put that one together for the album. The next album, the most recent one, has been up on Spotify for a couple weeks now. I say Spotify because that's the one I use, but it's been up on all the platforms except Bandcamp. We can't figure out for some reason. Bandcamp is like failing. I don't know. Something goes wrong like every time we've uploaded to them before with no problems. So I'm not exactly sure why it keeps saying like I forget it says something failure, upload failure or something. Everything looks like it's going. Everything is doing fine. Everything's all green. Progress thing is going, and then it says failed. So something's. I'm not really sure what's. So many people are cheering for Bandcamp. I know that's I know a lot of friends use Bandcamp. Nope, that's probably not it, Laura. Maybe that's probably we'll go with that. All right, ain't gonna do it for Laura, and then that's gonna do it. So all right, I'll probably end up going live a bit this week. So we'll see y'all again soon. Thank you so much for checking in. Always appreciate it. Right on. And have a great night. This last one's going out to Laura. Ain't gonna do it.
What's your point of making plans in a world of paper? We try to talk it out, but the words escape her. The best that you can do is control your board, 'cause it never control the weather. But be brave and step into a world that bites you. I see the divide and I try to unite you, but everything falls and breaks off in the end. You're either gunning or you're running, it's no fun in the end. Compromise, just pick a side, enjoy your ride into the end. It's either fight or flight, no lift or right will save you in the end. But if they let you bring a friend, you're the only side I'm standing by. The only thing I won't compromise. Our worlds can wage their wars outside, but I ain't gonna do it. No, I ain't gonna do it. Living in love is in short supply. No one concurs with this divide. Stop the world and freeze inside of my inside. Melt for you. Oh, oh, oh. What's your point in pointing out my faults and flaws? Put away your guns, retract your claws. The best that you can do is to stop and listen. Stop your mission now. But by now I've stopped trying to make conversions. You lost me on your last excursion, but everything falls and breaks off in the end. You're either gunning or you're running, it's so funny in the end. It's either fight or flight, no left or right will save you in the end. Compromise, just pick a side, enjoy your ride into the end. But if they let you bring a friend, you're the only side I'm standing by. The only thing I won't compromise. The world's can wage their wars outside, but I ain't gonna do it. No, I ain't gonna do it. Living in love is in short supply. No one concurs with this divide. Stop the world and freeze inside of my inside. Melt for you. Oh, oh, oh. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you all probably tomorrow night. Let's do Moody Monday tomorrow night. I'll play your number, Alice. I'll play your number tonight. We'll split it 50-50. If you happen to turn out right, you always were the lucky one. You always made it look easy. You always wore the biggest guns. You never gave up without a fight. Remember a night in Atlanta when you stole a crystal ball from a Spanish madam outside the concert hall. So you lost your karma. Your numbers haven't come up since, but if you really wanna, we'll see if your digits hit. I'll play your number, Alice. I'll play your number tonight. Split it 50-50. If it happened to turn out right, you always were the lucky one. Always made it look easy. Always wore the biggest guns. You never gave up without a fight. Holiday roll, holiday roll, holiday roll, holiday roll. working anywhere USA. We knew we never could get back to like it was back in the day. We'll have to build a new life, but I'll never forget what I learned. So when I play with fire, I don't get upset when I burn. I'll play your number, Alice. I'll play your number tonight. We'll split it 50-50. If it happened to turn out right, you always were the lucky one. Always made it look easy. Always wore the biggest gun. You never gave up without it. Cha-cha-cha.
All right, peace out, everybody. Yeah, let's do it again tomorrow. Have a great night.